Time now for Peter Channel Morning News on this Tuesday morning, June 14th, 2016. Good morning to you all on this lovely Tuesday morning, June 14th, 2016. Flag Day. Here now, your news and on our top story at 8:31 a.m. on this Tuesday morning. It is Orlando, as Neva's FBI investigators peered deeper Tuesday into the life of the Orlando nightclub gunman. The agency faces its own internal breakdown over the waiver. Warning signs were missed during a 10-month probe of the shooter 3 years ago. Donald Trump responded Monday to the worst terror attack since 9/11 with no holds barred attack on Muslims, and Hillary Clinton that had played loose on the facts and was back for the inflammatory reorder. Police officers on the scene of a crime scene a day after knife-wielding detectives stabbed the police captain in Magnavim, France on Tuesday. There's a lot of special pleading around Orlando from Muslims and liberals that time to do away with it. With that, we give it away to Trump. St. Cloud, Minnesota, recent Facebook post of the Chancellor of Minnesota State College and universities around the St. Cloud State University President Early Sparta III has died. Satya Nadella, Microsoft, and Jeff Winter, LinkedIn said they began talking on an earnest about the $26.2 billion cash deal in February. Pretoria, his boys break window in the motion to file for Revis team kept outside South African court on Tuesday that a fatal shooting by boyfriend Oscar Pistorius today. His family and the today thinks over all the time. Brussels, NATO was Saturday on Tuesday to agree a deployment of new forces in the Baltics and Poland in the last series of the steps to deter research of Russia, but which some allies Mexico further to be credible. A Canadian international being mediated by the Philippines and the Islamic State military group Abu Sayyaf after ransom payment date don't have passed. The Philippines government confirmed on Tuesday. Time to stop ignoring Brexit. Multiple polls now show that UK voters might vote next week to leave the European Union set up potential battle that could bleed into the United States and impact the 2016 presidential race. Washington, the only response to the Mexican Orlando's ban on sale of military-style assault weapons. Thousands gathered in downtown Orlando late Monday morning. Those killed in the deadly shooting at a nearby gay nightclub listed in Charles told 49 times in the honor of the victims. Chicago, the independent police review of 40 has launched an investigation in the video apparently showing that officer stopping a man said it is another officer tried to arrest him in the North Lawndale neighborhood. A member of the jury convicted Stanford streamer Brick Turner of rape wrote "Shame on you" in the letter to the judge who imposed a 6-month sentence for his crime. Orlando, the FBI is working to determine if the accused gunman in the Pulse nightclub massacre had other potential targets, including Orlando's Walt Disney World. New York, about 500 people gathered at New York City's Stonewall in the birthplace of gay rights movement to honor the Orlando, Florida shooting victims. Portland, Oregon, and the Oregon court has become the first in the nation to declare a person neither sex. The U.S. Federal Open Market Committee began its two-day meeting in June 14th. Expectation the summer rate act were drastically reduced with a sharply lower than expected made non-farm payroll number cast fresh steps over the health of the U.S. The number of Chicagoans murdered in the history after more than 50%. Pension deficit up $20 billion in Texas store and Illinois governor calls the city government corrupt in its financial teenage schools. Kremlin president says McDonald's returned to Chicago to fight city's financial troubles. Charitable given in the U.S. has reached a record $373.3 billion throughout the 15 individuals contributed more than 2/3 of that amount. Washington, in bipartisan fashion, the U.S. lawmakers set a measure designed to improve oil and gas pipeline safety is now on its way to the president's desk. Washington, retail gasoline prices at the highest level of the year, with Midwest markets skewing the U.S. average higher on pipeline and refinery ratios, AAA said. London, for the second time, Gulf Keystone Petroleum, a British company focused on Iraqi oil, said it had considered an agreement with its lenders and considered it a step. Alright, look at that. Stocks. Dow 32.48, SP 500 27.06, and Nasdaq 4,848.44. Renfam, residents of Monday's annual town meeting easily put with a contract for a new trash program funded for a school for the Bridge for the fiscal year started on July 1st. A total of 67 voters stood out at high school after year 2 meeting started July 1st. The town has joined many of our area communities by having the residents Use wheel trash carts for the regular trash and recyclables that are automatically picked up by specially equipped trucks to do the cart were wheeled out either door stage. Local officials estimated 5-year contract from EL Harvey and Westport where the 17 bidders saved the town about $140,000 for the third year and $700,000 over the park duration, by increasing the recycling collected recyclables every week instead of weekly trash will continue to be collected in event. The first year contract will be $687,600 compared to the current $827,000 cost. Sandwich, Massachusetts, on 47 reported men pulled dead from the Cape Cod Canal last weekend as a New Hampshire resident that came in and out as the district attorney's office told the Cape Cod Times that a suspected drowned victim, 54-year-old Scott L. Gratian. Gratian's body was recovered by a coast guard by 12:30 p.m. Said he was responded and was pronounced dead at the Massachusetts police. The San Jose Fire Department when he was brought ashore. Springfield, Massachusetts, a pregnant teenager. Police said apparently shot his 15-year-old girlfriend to death. Has pleaded not guilty to second-degree murder. As Summers has discovered the largest statuette in board yet, a human-sized planet with two suns, Skip of 16.7b, and the biggest planet ever seen in the double star system, surrounded by the Kepler Space Telescope and the constellation of Cygnus. The world is living under a light polluted sky, according to new study published in Science Advances. According to the study, 8% of the population is under bright skies due to artificial light services of the sources which could potentially affect the behavior. Also, Mars and Saturn will be tested to the moon with a very late planetary search chase. Picture the computer simulation shows Mercury close up with our Mars and Saturn. After waking up the Sunday morning, the news massacre at the gay nightclub in London University Central Florida, Kirchhoff needs to do some of the help. More than 900 patients prescribed opiate painkillers in a recent U.S. study received more than they needed. Former Italian Premier Silvio Berlusconi's opened heart surgery at Ghana's by a spokesman for the hospital where he was treated said Tuesday. Everybody knows that the children need sufficient sleep to stay healthy and do well in school, but that's not how much hours of sleep do children of different ages need per day. Peter Childers, 8:37 on this Tuesday morning. Time out for spot support today. The Boston Red Sox will take on the Baltimore Orioles in the first of a 3-game series at Fenway Park, with both teams tied for first place. So should be a interesting series. On Oakland, California, the Golden State Warriors admitted to missing the suspended Draymond Green and the 112 have lost to the Cleveland Cavaliers in Game 5 of the NBA Finals on Monday night. And Steve Kerr had lost without Draymond Green. They had a play better, and they did that. San Jose, California. Sidney Crosby handicapped to the injured defenseman Trevor Daley. Houston fed up. For Kentucky game, Mexico manager Juan Carlos trailing out the defensive formation of Monday night against Venezuela. Peter Childers' job is now 8:38 on this Tuesday morning. It's time now for a Trevor report. Let's study off down in Rhode Island, where 95 minutes up on side, did so particularly at the data public. 146 and south side from 15 to 95. 195 on the west side, did so from Seacock Lake to data public. 95 on the north side, so from 37 to walk all the way to 195 of Providence. 295 on the south side, did so around Route 6 in Johnson. 146 on the south side, did so around the Lincoln Stretch. 99 on the north side, so from 126 Lincoln to Route 122 in Woonsocket. 138 of these spots on the Newport Bridge at Sligo. 195 on the west side of the Bagger Bridge, Sligo. 24 on the north side of 140 to 44 in Raynham. Out in the Cape, 20 on the south side, little slow around the border motorway, but the border southern bridge is all Lincoln. 6 will go from Sagamore all the way to Orleans. Out in 295 on the west southbound side, little slow after Route 95 in Albert. 95 on the southbound side, so 152 in North Albert to 295 in Albert. 95 on the north side, so South Bay Street, shared out to Route 128 Captain. 485 on the north side, they did so for 109 in Milford all the way out to Route 9 in Westburg. 24 on the north side, they did so from 27 Rockland all the way to Route 128. 300 on the north side, so from 228 in Rockland all the way to the Braintree Split. 128 with both ends, it's so from 24 and Redolph all the way to the Braintree Split. 7 Expressway on the both ends, it's a little slow for the Quincy Bridge to the northbound side. It's backed up all the way at the Dorchester South. Bound side of the South Expressway, so to the Dorchester Stretch. 128 on the northbound side, it did so from Route 1 and Norwood all the way out to Route 20 Waltham. Mass Park on the east side, it did so from 45 and Route 9. And then they break again from Route 30 and Natick all the way out to the Pru Tunnel. Mass Park on the west side, so from Right all the way at the Newton. Mass back to the westbound side. It is so from Lower Airport all the way at the South Boston. 120 on the northbound side, so from Route 1 and all the way at the Route 20 Waltham. 120 on the southbound side, it is so from Route 1 and Peabody all the way at the Waltham. 93 is southbound side, so over the downtown Boston stretch. 93 is southbound side, it is so from 125 and north all the way at the Route 128, ready to the again from Medford all the way to Zankin Bridge. 93 on the northbound side, it is so from Medford all the way at the Route 128. Route 1 on the southbound side, it is so from River all the way at the Route 93 in Boston. 7 to 10 Seoul County, looking at Mass Park on the westbound side, local airport, all the way at the South Boston. Route 2 to the westbound side, select center stretch. Route 2 to the eastbound side, and it is slow from 68 Belmont to Arlington. 495 on the southbound side, and it is slow from Hudson at the 290 Marlboro, 290 on the eastbound side, so from Northburn to Marlboro, 290 on the eastbound side, so over 146 to Route 9 in Worcester. 485 on the northbound side, and it is slow from Route 2 to Littleton all the way at the Route 3, 485 on the southbound side, and it is so from Route 3 and all the way at the Littleton. 3 on the southbound side, it is so from 485 all the way at the 120 in Burlington. 93 on the southbound and northbound side, it is so around Route 495. 495 on the southbound side, so from Walk all the way at the Route 93 in Andover. 238 on the westbound side, Wilson, but doing all the way at the Route 93. Every trip I got to southbound side, so bareback search just around Manchester Airport. But highways and byways of Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine are looking good. IE 7 on the southbound side, also after Canadian border around Route 11 in Plattsburgh, and then IE 7 on the northbound side, also in the Plattsburgh stretch. IE 7 on the southbound side, and it's slow before 787 in Albany. And 290 on the southbound side, eastbound side, also around the 3 in Buffalo. Acton, Connecticut. 91 on the southbound side, it is so from 291 in 84. 91 on the northbound side, also from Route 2 to IE4. IE4 to the eastbound side, it is also for the Hartford stretch. IE4 to both ends, also before Route 8 in Waterbury. IE4 to the westbound side, so from Newtown to Denver, Connecticut. 395 on the southbound side, also the Plainfield stretch. Merritt Parkway, both ends, also from New Haven to Hampton, and Merritt Parkway on the northbound side, also around Route 25. And Merritt Parkway, southbound side, so from Fairfield to Norwalk. 95 on the northbound side, also to North. Even in 95 to southbound side, so from Bridgeport all the way out to the Portchester, New York at 95 on both ends. It's slow from Portchester all the way out to Stamford, Connecticut. And a lot of expressways back up a lot of the way to the Manhattan, Midtown Manhattan is all the highways and byways of New York City are slow go. Take a look at MBTA alert. Orange Line experienced minor visual delays due to early truck problem between Downtown Crescent and China Street and Chinatown stations in both ways. And on the meter rail, looking good, and on the ferries they are looking good. Cater Challenge time is now 8:43 on this beautiful Tuesday morning, and it's time now for a weather report. For today, sun skies about 67 degrees, northwest of rock. 11 miles of gusts today, 25 miles an hour for tonight. Most of the gusts go at 55 degrees left and west wind. Wednesday, Sunday, most gusts go at 82 about 56 degrees, northwest wind, 6 miles an hour, shift to the light northwest wind. Thursday, most of the gusts come at 80 about 56 degrees, light variable wind. Friday, most of the podcasts come at 73 about 52 degrees. Saturday, the podcasts come at 75 about 52 degrees. Sunday, most of the podcasts come at 76 about 57 degrees. And for Monday, most of the skies about 80 degrees. Currently out here, it's 63 degrees and first skies, humidity 52% and 17 above Celsius. And that is going to be it for the Peter Channel Morning News on this June 14, 2016 on Tuesday morning. Peter, say have a good morning and good bye day to you. And I'll see you at 12 noon for a noontime report. Have a good morning.